Chatters, what is good? Today we are finally listening to Don't Smile at Me by Billie Eilish. Guys, Billie Eilish has been one of my favorite artists I have really gotten into this year. Obviously I knew Billie Eilish beforehand and I have listened to, all three of her other albums. But I guess I never went and listened to the EP. I was looking through my content to see if any videos ever got copyright striked or anything, and weren't able to be viewed. And then I realized that I had just never done this album. I don't know if I have listened to this. I don't know if I haven't. This has been out forever, and Billie Eilish has been such a big artist forever. I've listened to 90,000 minutes minimum of music for the last 5 years, and even before then I was still actively listening to music. And so, yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard this, to be honest. There's a couple song titles on here I do not really recognize, to be honest. But then again, there are some of those absolutely massive songs that everyone knows from Billie Eilish, everyone loves from Billie Eilish. And personally, one of my favorite top two Billie Eilish songs is on this album, or EP, I suppose. But I'll talk about when we get there. But anyways, guys, if you like Billie Eilish and want more videos like this, please do like, comment, and subscribe. But anyways, let's get straight into Don't Smile at Me by Billie Eilish, song 1, Copycat.
Don't be cautious, don't be kind. You committed, I'm your crime. Push my button anytime. You got your finger on the trigger, but your trigger finger's mine. Silver dollar.
By the way, okay, I know this one.
Dirty water, poison rain, perfect murder. Take your aim. I don't belong to anyone, but everybody knows my name. By the way, you've been uninvited, 'cause all you say are all the same things I did. Copycat, tryna cut my manner. Watch your back when you can't watch mine. Copycat, tryna cut my glamour. Why so sad, but you can't have mine.
You can definitely see
Call me calloused, call me cool.
parts of her that is to come.
You're italic, I'm in bold. Call me cocky, watch your tone. You better love me, 'cause you're just a clown. By the way, you've been uninvited, 'cause all you say are all the same things I did. Copycat, tryna cut my manner. Watch your back when you can't watch mine. Copycat, tryna cut my glamour. That's all sad, but you can't have mine. Mine. I would hate to see you go. Hate
Okay.
to be the one that told you so. You just crossed the line. You ran out of time.
Damn.
I'm so sorry, now you know. Sorry, I'm the one that told you so. Sorry, sorry, I'm sorry, sorry. Psych. By the way, you've been uninvited, 'cause all you say are all the same things I did. Copycat, tryna cut my manner. Watch your back when you can't watch mine. Copycat, tryna cut my glamour. That's so sad, but you can't have mine.
Copycat, yeah. So I am a little more familiar with the song. I don't know how much I've gone back and really listened to Copycat, because like I said, I don't believe I've listened to this. I genuinely don't. But what an insane opener, especially to her first ever project, her first You know, is this her first studio project? I'm not sure, but just insane opener. You know, the confidence for someone that young is wild. But I mean, what can you expect after she made a song like Ocean Eyes, where, you know, that really put her on the map at such a young age? I mean, honestly, it's crazy. The talent was obviously there from day one. I mean, there's no doubting it. But it's crazy to see how kind of reminiscent this is of. I know it's, you know, the next album, but When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? You definitely hear the sounds. There's some similarity in it. It's reminiscent. It's yeah. Billie Eilish, you could tell she was meant for stardom just from the get-go, from one song. You know, this song in particular has that minimal but creepy kind of angst to it. And this doesn't even feel like a debut EP. It feels like a warning. And what I mean by that is it feels like it's a warning for what's to come. I mean, I don't think anyone could really expect you know, Billie Eilish to become the biggest pop star in the world, you know, but she is, you know, and I mean that in like a top 5 sense. I know it's subjective, objective, give or take kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, there's no doubting how absolutely massive she is, but I mean, who expected it, you know? I'm not saying the talent isn't there when I say that, but you guys know what I mean. It's insane. She yeah. Damn, Billy. All right, song 2, I Don't Want to Be You Anymore. I know this one.
Don't be that way. Fall apart twice a day. I just wish you could feel what you say.
Damn.
Show, never tell, but I know you too well. Got a mood that you wish you could sell. If teardrops could be bottled, there'd be swimming pools filled by models. Told a tight dress is what
everyone knows that song, especially if you're just familiar with Billie Eilish in any kind of sense. You know, that doesn't really take you listening to this to know. This is kind of where that sadness creeps in. You know, that when I think of Billie Eilish, I think of sadness. I think of songs like this, tracks like this. You know, it's quiet, it's vulnerable. The beat is so minimal, the instrumental so minimal, where it really just shows off her empowering vocals and, you know, what she's portraying. And it's crazy how honest it is and how kind of reflective it is. And, you know, you could definitely tell that these are things she was feeling. I know I am familiar with her a little bit beyond, you know, music. I've seen interviews where she talks about her depression, especially at this early age of hers. And so I am familiar with that, and I do see it, I do know it. You know, it's kind of that angsty, that weird age for everyone, you know, where things are changing. You know, it's really cliche, it's really kind of a normie thing to say, but like, it's true. You know, she's really portraying what she does well, and from such a young age. I mean, there's no denying the talent, there really isn't. You know, the lyrics just kind of feel like an internal dialogue, like thoughts that you don't say aloud, but she has the, maybe not confidence, because like I said, I know she was going through stuff and, you know, had a really kind of battle, I would say, with, you know, internally, right? But it's weird because she had the power to say it. She had the confidence to say it, whether, you know, she realized or not. You know, and her voice here is so soft, but it still cuts so deep. And that's one, like, takeaway from early Billie Eilish that I will forever remember. You know, I've been listening to Billie Eilish not super actively, I would say, but, you know, I've been in and out of her catalog before I started my channel, before I really dived deeper into, you know, music beyond kind of just listening. And yeah, I mean, that song is one of Billie Eilish's best, especially portraying those sad themes. And, you know, that one just really put me in my head. It makes you think, and it's thought-provoking. It's rough around the edges, you know, when you really get into it, even though it's so delicate and kind of beautiful in a way as well. Yeah, that one just, you know, shows her talent from the get-go. Shows the songwriting abilities. I know her and her brother, you know, are that dynamic duo. And yeah, I mean, you can see why she's such a smash global success nowadays. My boy.
My boy's being sus. He was shady enough, but now he's just a shadow. My boy loves his friends like I love my split ends, and by that I mean he cuts them off. What? My boy, my boy, my boy don't love me like he promised. My boy, my boy, my boy, he ain't a man, sure as hell ain't honest. My boy's being sus, and he don't know how to cuss. He just sounds like he's trying to be his father.
Who are you?
My boy's an ugly crier, but he's such a pretty liar. And by that I mean, he said he changed. My boy, my boy, my boy don't love me like he promised. My boy, my boy, my boy, he ain't a man, sure as hell ain't honest. My boy, my boy, my boy, I love my split ends. My boy, love my boy,
Alright, dude, go trip over a knife.
my boy, my
Damn.
boy, my boy. gotta be mine. And if you want a good girl, then goodbye. You want me to be yours, well then you gotta be mine. And if you want a good girl, then goodbye.
Yep. Okay, My Boy. Damn it. Really just went into the next one out of nowhere. My Boy. You know, this one has that kind of fun, playful attitude that Billie Eilish is also known for. And, you know, it's very reminiscent as to what's to come from Billie. You know, I can see every album so far, you know. And obviously I think she's evolved. I think she's gotten better. But, you know, I even can see elements of Hit Me Hard and Soft, which might be my favorite. I don't know genuinely which Billie Eilish album of the three is my favorite. You know, I think my favorite song ever by Billie Eilish is off of my least played, least favorite album. That being Happier Than Ever, and my favorite song is Your Power. I'm not going to get into that, you know, that's not the time and place. I am going to do a ranking every single Billie Eilish song video, and that's why I really got into this. I was like, I haven't done this. I want to do this kind of videos. I want to start expanding my catalog of YouTube videos beyond just, you know, reacting kind of. Starting to implement myself more. And so if you guys do want that, and for other artists, please do let me know, because I have a couple artists where I finished their discographies. I can do that. So yeah, but with that being said, it's crazy. You know, it really just shows how far she's come as well, because, you know, she definitely sounds younger. She definitely sounds, you know, not immature, I'd say, because she definitely has, you know, been mature from such an early time in her career. But, you know, she's definitely evolved, and I mean that with all due respect, obviously. But, you know, this one has those kind of playful in a bitter way element. The delivery seems sarcastic. It's funny. Like, she's smiling while trash talking, you know. It just sounds so casual, but the message is still sharp and true to that Billie Eilish sound that we know and love. And yeah, I mean, that song is kind of just, to me, the epitome of her implementing her personality into her work, into her music, into the thing she loves most, you know. And it shows. And, but yeah, you can definitely tell she's young. You definitely can tell she's young. But there's nothing wrong with that either. It just shows her talent from that early age. Anyways, I don't think I had heard that song before. I don't know. Anyways, song 4, Watch.
Me teeth and tongue. My heart skips 8 beats at once. If we were meant to be, we would have been by now. See what you wanna see, but all I see is him right now. I'll sit and watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you never came back to ask it out. Go ahead and watch my heart burn with the fire that you started in me, but I'll never let you back to put it out. Your love feels so fake. My demands aren't high to make. If I could get to sleep, I would have slept by now. Your lies will never keep. I think you need to blow them out. I'll sit and watch your car burn
production's been killer too, by the way. Just, you know, from a debut EP. I don't know if I know this song really like that either. I kind of just know the hook. Watch, but you know, this one's just moody. It gives that kind of emotional detachment watching it happen in real time. I really only know the repetition parts, and that could literally be from anything. You know, I could feel. I don't know I genuinely don't know if I've listened to this album or not, this EP, because I didn't know the last song like that. But all I knew from this is, I'll sit and watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you never came back to ask it out. You know, just really the hook, the bridge kind of area of the song. That's all I really knew. But yeah, the repetition gives that kind of obsession-y feel, like she's stuck on a thought and can't get it out, you know. It's cold, it's distant, and honestly just kind of haunting, you know. I feel like Billie has kind of strayed away from that kind of haunting, eerie feel that her songs, you know, give off as she's gone down in her career. You know, as she's gotten older and whatnot. I feel like Hit Me Hard and Soft kind of didn't have any moments like this for me. And that's not necessarily a bad thing either. I love Hit Me Hard and Soft. I love all of her records. I think they're all fantastic in their own right. But with that being said, it's weird how she can kind of put me in a trance, put me in my own head, make me think, you know. It's weird. Maybe it's because, you know, she really was going through something, so she has deeper lyrics, deeper, you know, things to portray. And from such an early age, it's crazy too. Like, I don't think it's a crazy thing to say that a song like I Don't Want to Be You Anymore is deeper than most of that on Hit Me Hard and Soft. You know, it's just kind of a different sound, a different path she kind of followed, you know. It's just different, you know. Like, you can compare it to a couple songs on there, but it's not a birds of a feather, you know. It's not a wildflower. It's different. It's different. So, you know, that has to do with it as well. But it's weird how she can do that from such an early age, you know, an age younger than me. I don't know how, you know, she was what, 16 when she made this, you know. That's just a guesstimate. So it's just weird. It's weird how that all works. But yeah, fantastic nonetheless. Song 5, Party Favor. I don't know about this intro, to be honest.
Hey, leave a message.
I don't think I know this one.
Hey, call me back when you get this, or when you've got a minute. We really need to talk.
Yeah, I don't know this one.
You know what? Maybe just forget it. 'Cause by the time you get this, your number might be blocked. Stay and blah blah blah. You just want
Interesting.
what you can't have. No way. I'll call the cops if you don't stop. I'll call your dad. And I hate to do this to you on your birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday, by the way. It's not you, it's me and all that other bullshit. You know that's bullshit, don't you, babe? I'm not your party favor. Look, now I know we could have done it better, but we can't change the weather, and the weather's coming, gone. Books don't make sense if you read them backwards. just want what you can't have. No way. I'll call the cops. If you don't stop, I'll call your dad.
Okay.
And I hate to do this to you on your birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. It's not you, it's me and all that other bullshit. You know that's bullshit, don't you, babe? I'm not your party favor.
Interesting song. I have a lot to say about this song right here. Party Favor. Okay, yeah, I did not know that song. I have no recollection of that. I have no, yeah, that puts it concrete, set in stone. I have not listened to this, but you know, this one kind of gives off that sweet, playful vibe. It's definitely the most different song we have heard on the album so far. But Party Favor, on the surface, yeah, like I said, it sounds sweet, but it's not. It you know, it's a weird song. You know, because it has elements that kind of reflect everything of Billie Eilish. Um, and yeah, I mean, is this, correct me if I'm mistaken, but is she ending a relationship on the birthday through like voicemail through this Party Favor? Yeah. Hey, call me back. Really need to talk. Because by the time you get this, your number might say blocked. Yeah. Ending the relationship, moving on. Yeah, I'm not your party favor. Wow. Huh. That's a fun kind of, it gives me kind of concept vibe, you know, concept song like this song right here. You know, it's brutal, you know, kind of ending that relationship through a voicemail. I mean, because they didn't pick up, you know, but it's just a wild feeling, you know. It feels awkward on purpose, you know. It's like she wants you to feel the discomfort she's feeling, and you know, she's kind of given that like, I'm done, but I don't know how to say it, and so I'm giving you a call and just ending it here. Um, and that's where that song kind of brings me. It's a little bit all over the place, and definitely the most different song from what I've heard from Billie Eilish. One of the most different songs. It's interesting. That kind of just gives me vibes of the experimental route we kind of heard on "Hit Me Hard and Soft." You know, huh. It's funny how that all correlates. It really is. But yeah, Party Favor by Billie Eilish. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. What a fun little record. You know, it's fun. It has that playfulness, but you know, she's really just breaking up with her boyfriend. Um, huh. That is that's really, yeah, it's crazy that she has that up her bag at such a young age. You know, obviously Phineas is there to help and whatnot, and you know, really making the songs with her, and you know, just making everything that has come to be. You know, so there's that aspect of maturity to it as well. But it's crazy that she can kind of portray this even at such a young age with such a young voice. Um, yeah, that's a well done song. It's not my most absolute favorite, but you know, it is experimental. It is different. It's not that traditional kind of um, Billie Eilish song we heard, you know, this early into her career, you know. Um, but it definitely makes sense in the grand scheme of things, just looking back at where she is now. Anyways, song 6, I believe, Bellyache, my top 3 favorite song ever. This is the song I was talking about. I love this song. Um, I think when I was talking about this song and Your Power, I said those were my top 2. I think I have a top 3, and it's not in any given order. It's Bellyache, Your Power, and Bored. I've never made a video on Bored because, you know, I have heard it before. And so I never went to it. But is there a music video? I might have to check that out. But with that being said, those are my top 3, not in any given order. Um, but they're all amazing, and this one is just so fun, so playful. Anyways, let's get into Bellyache. Fucking love this song. One of my favorite songs ever.
Sitting all alone, mouth full of gum in the driveway. My friends aren't far. In the back of my car lay their bodies. Where's my mind? Where's my mind? They'll be here pretty soon, looking through my room for the money and biting my nails. I'm too young to go to jail. It's kind of funny.
Love this song.
Where's my mind? Where's my mind? Where's my mind? Where's my mind? Maybe it's in the gutter where I left my lover. What an expensive fate. My V is for vendetta. I thought that I'd feel better, and now I got a bellyache.
Taking it all in.
Everything I do,
Hit me hard and soft.
the way I wear my news, like a necklace. I wanna make them scared, like I could be anywhere, like I'm reckless. I lost my mind. I don't mind. Where's my mind? Where's my mind? Maybe it's in the gutter where I left my lover. What an expensive fate. My V is for vendetta. I thought that I'd feel better, and now I got a bellyache. Maybe it's in the gutter where I left my lover. What an expensive flight. My V is for vendetta. I thought that I'd feel better, and now I got a bellyache.
Bellyache. Beautiful song. You know, it's a concept song. It's different. It's obviously not real. I don't think Billie Eilish has ever killed anyone, but you know, it's real in some sense. You know, I definitely feel the guilt, the paranoia, the anxiety, no dochi, you know, wrapped into the song, into the catchy beat. It's definitely reminiscent to some vibe she feels, but you know, it's a concept song at the end of the day. And it's weird because the contrast between the super upbeat, fun instrumental and the dark lyrics is just insane, you know? You could dance to this and completely miss how messed up it is, you know? Which just makes it such a fun and lovable song to me. The feel it provides is contagious. There's no doubting it. It's crazy that she can really take control of someone this young into her career, this young in age, this, you know, not that she's unpolished, but you know, this unpolished. She's definitely a pearl, and from this age on, but you know, or a diamond. Definitely not a diamond in the rough, but you know, not as polished, not as shined as possible. It's not her, you know, absolute best variant, and I mean that obviously with all due respect. I mean, she had more talent than me at 12, or than me at 12 than I do will ever, you know. So I mean that with obviously the most up due respect, but it's crazy how she can do this. It's crazy how much better. I mean, I think that's fair to say. She's gotten better. She's, you know, she's able to make the biggest pop songs of all time, going down any which way. It can be the sad, heartbreaking, heart-throbbing type that pulls your heartstrings out, or it can be fun songs where she has freaky, eerie, weird ad-libs, and The Office samples, at the start of the song. So, I mean that obviously with the most due respect. She was like, yeah, she's one of my goats, one of my favorites. So yeah, Bellyache, probably my favorite Billie Eilish song of all time. Really, the song that got me into her, got me into that fun side, got me into that when we all fall asleep, where do we go kind of step that's weird and fun and funky and contagious. That's what really started it for me. So yeah. Anyways, let's get straight into Ocean Eyes. Damn. The one that started it all.
I've been watching you for some time. Can't stop staring at those ocean eyes. Burning cities and napalm skies. 15 flares inside those ocean eyes. Your ocean eyes on fire. You really know how to make me cry when you give me those ocean eyes. I'm scared.
My bad.
Never falling from quite this high, falling into your ocean eyes. Those ocean eyes. I've been walking through a world gone blind. Can't stop thinking of your diamond mind. Careful creature made friends with time. He left her lonely with the diamond mine. And those ocean eyes on fire. You really know how to make me cry when you give me those ocean eyes. I'm scared. Never falling from quite this high, falling into your ocean eyes. Those ocean eyes.
Damn.
You really know how to make me cry when you give me those ocean eyes. I'm scared. I'm never falling quite this high, falling into your ocean eyes. Those ocean eyes.
Let it play out. Let it finish. My bad. Let me respect the song like I should. Yeah, I mean, the song that really started it all. The SoundCloud era. The yeah. Wow. I could only imagine making a tenth of the song, 100th of the song at whatever age I hit my prime. It's crazy. I get it. The song is just simply beautiful. It's dreamy, emotional, timeless, and I'm not talking The Weeknd and Playboy Cardi. Her voice floats on this track, and it seems like she's been in the game. She seems like a vet. She seems like a veteran. who's been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years. And it's the song that started it all for her, when she was so young. It doesn't even feel like kind of that. Is it her absolute most debut song, or is it just, the one that really kickstarted things off really early? But no, it feels fully realized. This is one of those songs that obviously changed her life trajectory, and I mean, it had every reason to do so. There's no reason why this song shouldn't be as big, or shouldn't be as big as it is, if not bigger. You know what I mean? Like, it should be bigger. Yeah. Ocean Eyes, man. Wow. Everyone knows that song. I've never came across an Ocean Eyes hater, it's crazy. She was in middle school making that, She just finished her 6th grade orientation, making that song, like singing that song. Like, it's just baffling to me. Yeah. What can I say? What can I say that already hasn't been said about that song, Take a bow, Billie Eilish. Seriously, take a bow. Hostage, song 8.
I wanna be alone.
Is that Phineas's vocals in the back? I'm assuming.
Alone with you, does that make sense? I wanna steal your soul and hide you in my treasure chest. I don't know what to do with your kiss on my neck. I don't know what feels true, but this feels right, so stay a sec. Yeah, you feel right, so stay a sec. Let me crawl inside your veins. I'll build a wall, give you a ball and chain. It's not like me to be so mean. You're all I wanted. Just let me hold you like a hostage.
Damn. Damn.
Gold on your fingertips.
I don't know this one.
Fingertips against my cheek. Gold leaf across your lips. Kiss me until I can't speak. Gold chain beneath your shirt. The shirt that you let me wear home. Gold's fake and real love hurts, but nothing hurts when I'm alone. When you're with me and we're alone. Let me crawl inside your veins. I'll build a wall, give you a ball and chain. It's not like me to be so mean. You're all I wanted. Just let me hold you. Hold you like a hostage. Like a hostage.
Okay. Hostage, yeah. That one's quiet but intense, you know. It's about love, but in a way that's uncomfortable, you know. Um Possessive, mispossessive, and I'm not talking Tate McRae, you know. The minimal production just mixed with her, you know, such powerful vocals just makes the song feel claustrophobic or gives me claustrophobia, you know. You're kind of trapped in this emotion with her. You guys saw me, I was just swaying back and forth really in my own mind, in my own head, trying to dissect everything, take everything in, you know. uh yeah, it's an interesting song. It really is, Hostage, because it's kind of like a double entendre, you know. It has that kind of, it gives me the vibes, to me personally, it's like it gives me the vibes of wanting to let someone go, but like feeling like you rely on them, you know, want to keep them as a hostage, keep them in that treasure chest. um but sometimes you got to bury that treasure chest in the middle of the sand and let it go. That's just how I take it personally. um but yeah, it's crazy that she's putting out songs like this at such an early age. You know, I know I have rambled about it now, you know, multiple times, but it genuinely just is baffling. It genuinely is baffling. The talent was there. Talent is there. Talent was there from day one. Like, yeah, I'm I'm taken aback. Billie Eilish, you have done it again, but this time it's in the first project of your career. Crazy. Anyways, we are on to the finale and Burn with Vince Staples. Okay. One more production heavy.
Meat, teeth, and tongue. My heart skips 8 beats at once.
Okay.
If we were meant to be, we would have been by now.
Got it.
See what you wanna see. All I see is him right now. Him right now. I'll sit and watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you never came back to ask it out. Go ahead and watch my heart burn with the fire that you started in me, but I'll never let you back to put it out.
Thanks.
Your love feels so fake. My demands aren't high to make.
Interesting.
If I could get to sleep, I would have slept by now. Your lies will never keep. I think you need to blow them out. Blow them out. I'll sit and watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you never came back to ask it out. Go ahead and watch my heart burn with the fire that you started in me, but I'll never let you back to put it out.
7/4/2008, I still remember that. Heaven sent a present my way. I won't forget your laugh, packing everything when you leave. You know you coming back, wanna see me down on my knees, but that was made for a ring. I try to wait for the storm to calm down, but that stubborn bit be leading the war. We drawn down on each other, trying to even the score. We all been found guilty in the court of aorta.
And I'll watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you never came back to ask it out. Go ahead and watch my heart burn with the fire that you started in me, but I'll never let you back to put it out. Watch your car burn.
I won't forget your laugh.
Watch my heart burn.
You know you coming back. You know you coming back.
Watch your heart burn.
Trying to even the score.
Watch my heart burn.
Found guilty in the court of aorta.
Not the strongest ending in my opinion, and that's not even really due to Billy. I did not like Vince Staples' verse, to be honest. The kind of twist and turn on the song, you know, the remix, is fun. It's playful, And I mean, I don't blame Billie Eilish for, taking this song, a big feature, obviously Vince Staples, massive artist. Um, and so early in your career, yeah, you have to do it. But I don't know. I just didn't really like it that much. I liked the vibe at first. I definitely don't think it's better than the original, but it kind of just lost all value to me when Vince started flowing and doing his thing. Definitely not how I would want to end the EP personally. I don't really see a world where I would ever listen to this over the other song, to be honest. And I mean that with all due respect. I'm not mad at Billy for taking the feature though. I'm not. But yeah, guys, that was Don't Smile at Me by Billie Eilish. Billy, you're very talented. You are very talented. If I could say anything to Billie Eilish, it would be that. And if I could say anything to this version of Billie Eilish, it would be that as well. She definitely she impressed me. I knew half the songs, I would say half the songs. But I mean, half the songs have what? Over 500 million plays. Party Favorite, yeah, 311. I've not really heard that one. And Burn, I haven't heard that one. And I think I've only heard parts of a few, but yeah, I mean that's obviously for good reason. This is where it really took off. What's her obsession with ladders too in this era? I never really got to the bottom of that. I never really understood that. But yeah, guys, that was Don't Smile at Me by Billie Eilish. This EP doesn't really sound like someone that's trying to fit in. I feel like early in your career, it's really easy to do that, to try and like kind of staple on to something that's already ongoing. But, I feel like Billie really took a shot on herself. Her and Phineas took a shot on themselves and did their own thing, paved their own way a little bit. I can definitely make some comparisons for specific songs to, a couple artists. There's definitely inspiration, I would say. But they're definitely carving their own path. It's funny how that all works, because this doesn't sound like a debut EP whatsoever. It does not. It was fun moments. It had good moments. It had sad moments. It's weird. It's weird. It's really weird. I can make connections to kind of production changes, weird, funky stuff like Tyler the Creator, or I can make references to people like Lana Del Rey. Yeah, it's crazy to see how far Billie's come. That's for sure. Even though this doesn't sound like she was 16 years old or however old. 2017. What? She's damn. It's almost been 10 years. What? Billie Eilish is 24 years old. 24, I would have to guess. So what? She made this 8 years ago. Damn. It came out when she was 16. Depending on the month, 15, whatever, 17, I don't know the exact. But so she was making songs even earlier than that. Wow. Crazy. Billie, this is different when it dropped and it's different now. You can definitely hear the foundation of everything Billie becomes later. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this reaction, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want me to rank every single Billie Eilish song, please do let me know. And yeah, drop a recommendation in the comments for what you want to see next, especially from Billie Eilish. And yeah, don't smile at me. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you again for watching. And yeah, doses.